In the early 20th century, millions of black people migrated from the South to the industrial North in search of better economic opportunities. Yet, even in the North, they faced racial discrimination in housing and employment. The Great Migration, a monumental chapter in American history that reshaped the landscape of the nation and redefined the lives of millions. It was the movement of African Americans from the rural South to the urban North, a journey fueled by the pursuit of freedom, opportunity, and a better life. Between 1916 and 1970, over 6 million African Americans left behind the harsh realities of the southern United States in search of better opportunities. They fled the oppressive grip of segregation, the unyielding cycle of sharecropping, and the ever-present threat of racial violence. For many, the decision was a difficult one. Families were torn between the safety of what they knew and the uncertainty of the unknown. They left their homes, often with nothing more than the clothes on their backs, bound for cities that promised freedom and the possibility of a new life. The migration began in earnest during World War I, when the North's industrial boom created a demand for labor. In the South, however, the sharecropping system was holding people in poverty, while segregation laws and racial violence made life unbearable for many African Americans. The cities of the North, such as Chicago, Detroit, and New York, beckoned. These urban centers were places where factory jobs, better wages, and access to education provided the promise of a new start. Cities that had long been home to African American communities, like Harlem, would become the heart of a cultural renaissance. The Great Migration wasn't just a journey north. It was a transformative movement that changed the face of American society. African Americans brought with them new ideas, new ways of thinking, and a powerful sense of identity that would go on to shape the music, art, and politics of the entire nation. As families arrived in the North, they quickly found that they were not only escaping the oppression of the South, but they were also forging a new cultural identity. The Harlem Renaissance in the 1920s was one of the most profound cultural movements to emerge from this migration, where African American writers, musicians, and artists found a platform to express themselves and challenge the racial stereotypes of the time. In the North, African Americans found better job opportunities, though not without their challenges. Segregation still existed in housing and schools, and the struggle for equality was far from over. Yet, the migration marked a turning point, a pivotal moment when the African American community began to assert itself in new ways. The migration didn't just shape cities and communities, it set the stage for the civil rights movement that would emerge in the decades following. The struggles faced in the North were different, but the fight for freedom, equality, and justice continued to burn brightly. The Great Migration changed America in ways that are still felt today. It altered the demographics of entire regions, created cultural movements, and laid the foundation for the civil rights battles that would define the second half of the 20th century. It was a journey not just for land, but for dignity, for opportunity, and for a better tomorrow. Though the roads were long and the challenges many, those who made the journey left behind a legacy that continues to inspire the pursuit of freedom and equality for all.